Welcome to episode 34. It's a beautiful day here in Paris. And I'm at a coffee shop. I'm back to coffee instead of beer. Today I want to talk about Chris Carter and the X-Files and whether or not X-Files received letters from people who saw UFOs, unidentified flying objects. And I found out about that. If you're watching a short, make sure and click on the link below. This also is sponsored by SONOSTICS.com, and that's a link below. What happened was I was in Mexico on the beach for New Year's in Jalisco province in a place called Barra Navidad. Beautiful place. And I went into I was on the beach New Year's Eve, and I went into the men's room, and this beautiful girl came out of the men's room. And I said, "You're in the wrong, baño, toilet or whatever, and she said, "Oh God, I'm so sorry." And I said, "I don't care, And then we kind of started talking, and she said, "Hey, listen, we're having a party on the beach. Come join us." And so I did. So I went with her, and there were these guys sitting on the beach, and they were looking up at the stars and talking about, UFOs and things like that. And they were having fun. They were smoking something. I don't know what it was, of course, but I think I did know what it was. And we were having a party, and it turned out to be the camera crew from the X-Files in Vancouver. And I'm bringing this up because, of course, Chris Carter's the guy who created the X-Files. He's the guy I met with in Houston studios, and X-Files almost was done in Houston studios. But the previous episode, number 33, I explained what happened. Chris Carter got money from the Canadian government if he would do the filming in Vancouver. So that's why the X-Files was being done in Vancouver. But here was this group, and they were the entire camera crew, a film crew from the X-Files on the beach in Mexico on a break, on a vacation, and having fun. And we started talking, and of course I asked the question, which I forgot to ask Chris when I met with him in Houston. Have you guys ever seen any letters or gotten any calls about unidentified flying objects, that type of thing? And were they believable? And this guy spoke up, and he turned out to be the cameraman for the film crew. The girl I was with, by the way, was the wardrobe mistress for the film crew. So that was her job, a beautiful girl. And so the camera guy he spoke up, and he said, "Well, actually, Derek, we've gotten a lot of letters, and none of them are believable, except maybe for one letter." And I said, "Okay, what was the story?" And here we're sitting out on the beach looking at the stars, outer space, that kind of thing. And he said, well, what it was a guy from the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, and he was 90-something years old. He was pretty close to being on his deathbed. And he wrote us a letter, and we checked him out, and we talked to him, on the phone and email. And his story was this. He said, "I have no relatives. They can't do anything to me. It's just me, and I'm about ready to pass on to another world. So I can tell you what I did. And they can't really do anything to me." And so they said, "Well, okay." And they checked the guy out. He really was at the CIA, and it was all, for real. And so he told his story. Okay, so here's the story. Thought you might find it interesting. He was on a submarine in the Pacific and working for the CIA, and the captain came to him and said, "We've surfaced the ship, and I want you to come with me," the captain says, "to be a witness." And the CIA guy goes, "Witness to what?" The captain says, "Come with me." So they went up top, and the submarine had surfaced, and the captain told everybody up there to go down below, except for the guy from the CIA. So they're just two people up there on a starry night. And the captain pulls out a walkie-talkie. Are you ready? And he says a few words into it. And out of the water comes this enormous flying saucer. Incredible machine. And it hovers right there, just stops. And the captain says a few words into the walkie-talkie. And then the thing goes off into outer space fast and disappears out of, from after coming up out of the water and then going. And then the captain looks at the CIA guy and he says, I wanted you to be my witness. He says, this never happened, right? Unless I call you and I need you to be a witness. And the CIA guy goes, okay, wow, what was that? And the captain says, no comment. And then they go back below and the sub goes underwater again. And that's this guy's story. And so he says, I don't know what it was, but the captain was talking to someone on board that machine, whatever it was. And so that's the story. And so the cameraman of the X-Files says, so that's the only thing that we've ever heard that was kind of interesting. All the other things we tried to check out, Chris and I, he says nothing, nothing there. So the X-Files basically pretty much believes that there are no aliens and there are no flying saucers, just like Elon Musk says, but except for this one episode, and it's just talk, right? It's hearsay. So I thought you might find that to be kind of interesting. So that's the question that everybody asks the X-Files always. Did you ever hear of anything? And the answer is no. No. Sad, but that's the answer. Okay, so I thought you might enjoy this story. So, and we had a great time. We partied all night on the beach, and that was my New Year's in Mexico. It was a lot of fun. So that's the story. If you like the stories I'm telling here, this is storytelling. Contribute to the channel, support me. I'm traveling around the world in coffee shops talking about things that I've done in my life that were kind of interesting, having been in the film business and other businesses, internet, that kind of thing. So if you like these stories, support the channel. You can go to buymeacoffee.com at /Derek, D-E-R-I-K, Rawson, R-A-W-S-O-R, instead of an N. It's for security. The link is also below, as is a link to SONOSTICS.com, which is my sponsor. And you can send me, you can buy me this cup of coffee. I'm back to coffee now. I danced tango the other day. And I wanted a beer, but now I'm back to coffee. And also you can click on the like buttons and subscribe, and that helps this video be seen by more people. YouTube distributes it to more people. Let's see, I'm trying to think what else. So that's basically the episode. My sponsor, SONOSTICS.com, like I said, it was a very good company. And I'm proud to have them as a sponsor. And somebody asked me the other day what the company's expanding and what does it need? And I said, look, we're talking in conversation. SONOSTICS is seeking millions of dollars to improve our product and go through a bureaucratic process. And so it's big money, okay? So it's a VC, probably, venture capital company or a family business that would be the people that would help the company go forward. So small investors, and it's a private company. It's an LLC, which is a limited liability company. It is not on the public stock exchange. So there really is no way to buy small amounts of stock in the company. But we are interested in fairly sizable amounts of money, of course. The VC would probably do the big portions. There might be a possibility for smaller amounts of money, but still, it's big money. It's not, it's at least 6 figures or more to be able. So we would only sell stock if it's quite a large amount of money, not small money at all. So there really is no way to buy small amounts of stock in this company. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So for the people that would like to do that, you're going to have to wait until we go on the public stock exchange, and then you'll be able to buy small amounts of stock in the company. So right now, we're looking for venture capital money, which would be a VC company or a family business, which also can give grants and invest in a project like what we're doing. So large amounts of money really is what we're looking for. So we are looking for any opportunity, and we are in discussions with VC company right now, and so that's probably how it's going to go. So large amounts of money. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, just no small amounts at this time. Later, maybe, when we're public. Yes, so this is the end of episode 34, and please support the channel if you can, and I'll look forward to seeing you the next time. There are going to be some end tags that come up here, and one of them you can subscribe. Subscription doesn't cost anything, but it notifies you of the next episode. And also there's some end tags here that you can click on to see other episodes. This is episode 34. This is the end of episode 34. So see you next time.